Hello, it is I, Brandon, the Starseed. It's been a little while since I've done a video. I will admit that. I have been like insanely busy with so many things, mainly work, honestly. But you know, that's life sometimes. But I did have like some kind of a message, I guess. I actually had to write this down. So what happened was like this morning I was kind of doing like a meditational, like Zen, clear my energy kind of thing. I do that, and I had like kind of I don't know, just like a question, like that I was gonna ask to my guides, whatever multi-dimensional beings, whatever, just to throw a question out there because I was a little bit it's been a rough week. So I've I kind of needed a little bit of guidance, I guess. And I couldn't remember it because it was actually like given to me in like an automatic writing thing, so I had to like actually type it while it was happening. And it's not necessarily my wording, so I tried to reword it and it was bad, so I just had to go with what I wrote. The problem is I wrote all this on the phone that I use to record these videos, so I had to like find my old phone and like send this to myself. It was a whole thing. I know, it seems simple, but it's Saturday morning. My brain is not... Yeah. But I did it. I have it. I'm going to actually read it, because I don't think there's any other way I can convey the message other than, like, just straight up reading it. Yeah. Hang on. Soda. Okay. All right. So the topic was coping with chaos. Basically, the idea that I presented is this, that work can be chaos. Life can be chaos. Family can be chaos. Every aspect of life can seem like chaos at times. It is raining. I wasn't planning on that. Screw it. We move. I can't read through my glasses because they're now covered in raindrops. Great. Okay. So understanding that so much of life is out of my control has been an anxiety-creating battle throughout my life. True. The idea that no matter what I do, sometimes there are things that I cannot control and they can create outcomes that I had not even thought possible. Okay, so this was like how I was presenting the question to them. Okay. The realization that I truly have very little control over many aspects of my own life creates panic attacks and emotional meltdowns for me literally quarterly. Like, sorry, every 3 months now, it seems like on the dot, when there's a new moon, about every 3 new moons, I have like a meltdown. It's not healthy, but it is what it is. So I'm being honest. So, okay. So I have no easy answers on dealing with this reality. I've tried living in the moment. I've tried going with the flow. I've tried focusing only on the things that I can control. I've tried making all of my choices by literally flipping a coin for a few years. Literally. And honestly, the outcomes were not that different than if I actually spent weeks like trying to figure out a solution to a problem. Just flip a coin. Literally. So luckily, I've never been into like alcohol. I've never really been a person who can just like go ghost and like spend like a week just like partying or drinking or like ignoring my responsibilities. I have like a work ethic issue, so I kind of always tend to keep working through these moments and these stressful things in my life, and that might actually be its own problem. So, because never really have I been able to give myself like real downtime. And if I have downtime, I don't use it to like relax or recharge. I just tend to like get fixated on the things that I should be doing in my non-downtime, so that's all I think about. Always. Yay. So, here's it. I asked the multidimensional beings that I work with to help me understand how to cope with all of the chaos in life, and they actually gave me advice. Advice. They gave me words. It makes sense, I guess. I'm still working it out myself, so here we go. I'm going to read literally word for word what was given to me. So this is not coming from me. This is coming from a multidimensional thing, kind of like my group of like guides, something like that. What? Busy day today. It's all loud down here. Okay. Here is what they told me. This may not help anyone, honestly. It may not help me, but it's interesting because it's words. So, okay. Hang on. They want me to do this in my tone. Tone. Here we go. Understand that having an expectation of any future event based solely on your narrow view of the variables will nearly always lead to disappointment and frustration. Yeah, they're great. Try instead to always do your best at being yourself in every moment, and if things do not go a certain way, try to understand that no one person can ever truly know the way things must turn out. If you can find the positive impacts you have on any moment, and then you can see how they cascade through people to create exponential energy, regardless of the end result. Every individual involved was shifted just by each other's interactions. In every moment, you must be yourself, for only then can you never feel guilty for the events. For one should never feel guilt or shame or distrust for any moments when they were genuine and honest and real, both with the outside world as well as with the inner world. Now, I had to stop them there because the inner world seemed a little weird to me. I didn't know what the... Huh? Yeah. So I straight up was like, ¿por qué? And they said, inner world being the thoughts, the emotions, the self-talk, and all that goes on in one's mind. So to find peace in the future, one must find moments of truth and honesty in the present, and they must allow them to blossom into peace throughout the passage of time. From our perspective, time is not experienced the same, and thus we see the magic in a flower growing and budding and flowering and then withering away. For us, the flower was always all of those moments in one, and to see them each separated through linear time truly gives each phase magic. Knowing that life and all of the experience potential around each soul at every moment is limitless will help some to truly be who they are with no guilt or shame or fear. You can fear a tiger or a bear or a blizzard if you're unprepared, but never fear life and never fear being yourself. So that was the best that they had for me. That's it. I was asking about how to cope with the fact that I can't control reality. And I'm just so you guys know, I'm a forecaster. I'm supposed to like predict things. So I can, predict all I want, but there's so many unexpected variables that happen that I cannot control. And coping with that reality is tricky. So their idea is this, and that if you, in every moment, are being genuine, being yourself, being authentic, being honest to those around you and to yourself, then you cannot regret anything that happens. Even if what happens is not what you expected to happen, that's the problem altogether. I know it sounds weird, because I believe that in order to achieve things, you have to have expectations, you have to have goals, but they're basically saying, like, if you get too hung up on the expectation, you miss out on the fact that even if this didn't happen, all of these other things may have happened simply by your interaction with the people trying to get to this event. So maybe you can have goals and expectations, but you need to be willing and open. I need to be willing and open to the fluctuating world and the idea that there's other things happening that are outside of my control, and that's hard to admit. So yeah. So I guess that's it. Be yourself, whatever that means, and then you can't really feel bad about what happened because you know that you did what you could. You were you in that moment. You were authentic, you were genuine, and it's better to feel like something didn't go wrong or didn't go well because you were yourself than that something went well because you lied or cheated or did something that was non-harmonious with one's soul. So be yourself as often as possible. Find those moments that allow you to be yourself. Catch how it impacts other people around you. And I guess just enjoy the fact that even if we can't control the bigger picture, even if we can't control things that we're supposed to control, we can at least control our ability to be who we are in any given moment. That might literally be the only thing we can control, and that might not even be something we can control all the time. I can't. Maybe I can. Maybe me being crazy sometimes is part of me being myself. So there's a thought. Yay! I know. These people. Little blonde ladies with big trucks. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Little blonde lady, big truck. It's like the third one I've seen today. Okay. That's all I had. I hope everybody is doing well. This has been a chaotic time. I'm not gonna lie. There have been some crazy energies happening in the last like 3 or 4 weeks. It's escalating. It's not over. So like the next 3 or 4 weeks, between the stuff happening on the sun and the stuff happening with the tectonic plates and the planet and magnetism and the North Pole doing stuff, not even getting into consciousness and what's happening on the grid, like that's a whole nother thing. Point is, be adaptable, because whatever life is like today, in 3 weeks it won't even be like this. It'll be like something completely different, and you will either be panicking and freaking out, or you will adapt and you will be yourself and you will flow. Yeah. All right. It's been fun. Have fun, everybody. Peace out.